Majesties, now shall come of you have summoned him, Heinrich Wilhelm von Ansbach. His escort this day includes members of the Sergeantry of Madrona, bringing their brother honor as he embarks on a new journey. He departs their order, but not their friendship. His son Mikey bears his sword, his daughter Caden his heraldry, his friend Constantine his helm. Heinrich did ever strive for prowess, but never wished to become known as one who had to win the purse. For he has already won the greatest of prizes, the love and devotion of his beloved wife, Constantina Interlaken. His honor and respect for her ladyship has brought him a family and made his life whole. What greater inspiration can there be? Heinrich gives his promise to all that he will continue to live by the ideals of chivalry which have served him thus far, and to which all might aspire: love, devotion, honor, respect, and inspiration. He comes now into your court to answer your offer of admission to the chivalry. His vigil completed, he has reflected upon the advice of all who have come to him, found wisdom and guidance therein, and has cleared his mind of doubts. He comes with a light heart, having prepared himself to give unto the crown of Antir and any knights and masters that will assemble here his oath.
Let the orders of chivalry, knights and masters at arms, come before their majesties.
Does anybody wish to speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, if I may. Your Majesties, good people of Antir, I am Sean Kirkpatrick Tarragon, Prince of Artemisia, Crown Prince of Artemisia. It can reasonably be said that I'm a man who finds some comfort and ease on the field of combat, no matter where I go. And on the day that I met Heinrich, I have to say, such was not the case. It was my first experience in the Squire's tourney. And from the moment that I hit that field, I felt it. I wouldn't say it was a sense of dread, but it was definitely a sense of trepidation. I was not sure what was about to happen to me, but I knew something was about to happen to me. And as I looked across the field, I saw a diminutive figure marching with purpose in my direction. And as that figure got closer, well, it didn't get much bigger. The presence that Heinrich brought with him made him look 8 feet tall. And as he approached and introduced himself, the first thing he did was recite to me in a matter of 30 seconds a lecture that it usually takes me 2 hours to deliver. It was clear that this man had understood the lessons of training methodology, and it was clear to me as he had presented himself to me as a student of our sport. It has been my great pleasure over the last couple of years to work with Heinrich in his studies in our martial combat, and it has been a greater pleasure still to see him find success in those things. And while he has indeed found success and found martial prowess equal to that of his prospective peers, it is my great hope that going in the future that we see before us a man who will become in one day one of the great trainers of our sport, and someone who will indeed, as is required of his oath and his peerage, pass on the knowledge that he has and help continue the evolution of our sport. It is my greatest honor to speak on this man's behalf. Thank you, Your Majesty, for allowing me. I fully endorse this elevation.
Your Majesties, I would speak. This man, I would also tell the story as Duke Sean of how I met this man, or how this man first came to my attention. And it was at a late night torchlight tournament sponsored by Duke Cedric, who thought for some reason perhaps we should do something like a quadruple round robin that starts at 9 o'clock at night. And I believe this young man was champion of Wywood at the time, and he had his own cheering section. Why?
Why?
And the man entered the tournament and got beat down and got beat down. And I see him jump back up and smiling and exhorting his cheerleaders and yelling, why? And they're all yelling, wood. And everybody's laughing and smiling and having a good time. And I said, that's a guy who understands and loves the sport and the society that I love. And when I saw his love for his sport and for fighting and for the people that he was with and was representing, he caught my attention, and I watched him over the years. And over the years, I saw the way not just he inspired the love and support of the people he was around, but also the way he looked and was looked at and was inspired by his wife and his family. And I said, that's the love that I have for my wife and my family, and I recognize that in him. And to see him grow in prowess and grow in skill and grow in prestige and grow in word fame has been a joy to me. And I cannot recommend him highly enough to Your Majesties as a member of our order.
I've known Heinrich for many years. He's practiced with me for a long time now. And to be perfectly honest, as a young lad, he sucked. But now, you fight okay. Now, my lady said I should expound upon that. I was told I had to be brief. Heinrich does not have speed. He does not have strength. He's not tall. He does not have reach. He has heart. And he has dedication. And he has pushed himself more than I have seen most other fighters in my 30-some-odd years here. I would be honored to call you brother shortly.
Heinrich, well pleased with your prowess on the field, right mindful of the desires of your peers. We are minded to create you a knight. Will you accept this honor?
I will gladly, Your Majesty.
Are you bound in fealty to another?
I am, Your Majesty. I am.
Please resign.
Baroness Spike of Madrona and Sir Halen de Highwater.
Heinrich, your service as a sergeant of Madrona has been fantastic. We are deeply proud and honored to see our sergeant elevated here today. And it will mean a lot to the person who next wears this belt to look up to you. Thank you so much.
I couldn't ask anything else from a soldier. You've been fantastic. You've done everything that you could achieve for yourself, chase for yourself, and stand on your own feet to make yourself a knight. I'll be returning this belt at some point. I need to take a badge off of it. But I think you should decide who wears this belt next in your own time.
Upon which symbol will you swear fealty?
The sword of state, Your Majesty.
Here do I swear fealty to Christian and Helen,
Here do I swear fealty to Christian and Helen,
my undoubted king and queen,
my undoubted king and queen.
and I will obey their lawful commands
I will obey their lawful commands
in all matters that concern this realm,
in all matters that concern this realm,
and uphold the crown